Hello Aries, this is your astrology forecast for September. It's a busy month ahead and there's going to be a special focus on your work, your relationships and love, and your spiritual growth. On the 2nd of September, we've got Mercury changing sign and going into your 7th house of relationships. Mercury in the 7th house is going to make it easier for you to communicate with people, to say what you need to say, to listen to the other side. I know Aries, often you're impatient, but this Mercury energy should enable you to really hear what the other side is saying and to make your relationships easier, to flow easier. It's also good for business. It's very good if you're putting a contract together or a deal where both parties can find a win-win situation. You're both feeling happy about it. For the first 4 days of the month, we've got Venus and Jupiter, close to Jupiter in your 5th house of relationships and romance. So the first few days of the month, important to make sure that you're doing something you love, that you enjoy, that makes you feel uplifted. And of course it could bring romance to you. Now on the 5th of the month, this Venus moves into your 6th house, joining the Sun here, which is there for the first 22 days of the month. So we've got Sun and Venus together, which is going to shine a light on your work area. Venus moving there is really pushing you to make sure that you're bringing enjoyment into whatever work it is that you do. It also could bring somebody helpful to you, somebody that you connect with who wants to promote you or help you in some way in your work and career area. For those of you dealing with health issues, the Venus may make you sometimes overindulge. Your emotions may take over, especially as we've got a full moon in Pisces coming up on the 9th of the month here. So the emotions are probably going to be overflowing a little, particularly around the 5th to the 9th of the month for you Aries. So you may resort to food during the Venus transit here, but just try to keep things in balance. And you'll certainly have an opportunity to keep things in balance, because for the first week of this month we've got Saturn and Mars here conjunct in your 8th house. And Saturn, if you like, is the planet that wants you to be careful, to be structured, to be organized, and Mars is your ruler and says, come on, let's go. And Mars and Saturn together, it's a little bit feeling as though you're driving a car with the brakes on. If you're not trying to do too many things at once, Aries, you'll be just fine. You won't feel overwhelmed. You won't feel as though, I'm not getting anything done. But if you'll do one thing at a time, particularly during this first week of the month, then you will be able to accomplish a lot, because Saturn says to you, well, have you budgeted? Have you been careful with your money? Have you overspent? Have you been over-ambitious with a business project? Are you being realistic about a project or something that you're getting involved with? Or is it just wishful thinking? So this aspect in your 8th house here is very much connected with your money and your finances, and maybe you've just taken on too many things. This will be a wonderful time for those of you, if you have any debts, to consolidate those debts and to find a way round reducing your overall outlay. And this would include anything, even those of you who don't have debts. Look at ways in which you can be more efficient with your resources, your finances, your electricity, what you're utilizing. Saturn wants you to be resourceful. So as I said, on the 9th we've got a full moon in sensitive Pisces, and this is going to give you an opportunity just to be quiet, find a quiet space in that busy life of yours, Aries. With Neptune there, it's a wonderful time to trust your dreams. Have a pen and paper by your bed so that you remember that dream. Ask to remember anything important about your dreams just before you go to sleep on the 8th. And maybe something will come in that's important for you that you've missed. A full moon is shining a light. It's wanting you to see something that's been hidden, especially in this 12th house. So you may discover something from your subconscious, unconscious that comes out, or somebody from your past that you couldn't understand that relationship. Why did that break up? What happened? There will be a greater understanding of it at the time, potentially, of this full moon. On the 13th of the month, we've got Mars going out of this 8th house and moving into your 9th house. And Mars is in your 9th house and very much in harmony with your natal sun. So this is a powerful aspect for you. It's a wonderful time for planning a trip and even going on a spontaneous trip, because this Mars energy is powerfully in a powerful aspect with Jupiter. So you may find yourself suddenly going away somewhere. It's also a wonderful time for pushing forward with your education, learning something new, doing a course, teaching something, writing that book, getting that blog out there. This is certainly the house of publishing. So it's pushing you out, pushing you to connect with people from different cultures, different places. That's what the Mars energy is doing for you. And it's much freer in Sagittarius for you, Aries, from the 13th of the month. On the 14th of the month, we've got Venus trine to Pluto. Whoops, trine is a blue line for this day. So this can be a sudden attraction to somebody that you meet, that you see, that you meet through work, almost like a magnetic pull to somebody or to something. It can bring a very karmic connection into your life where you feel, I know this person, you know, and you get that feeling inside. Then we get the focus on the relationships. So from the 23rd of the month, the sun comes into your 7th house of relationships, shining a light. On the 24th of the month, we've got a new moon in your house of relationships. And to top it off, on the 29th of the month, we've got Venus also in this house of relationship. Boy, all going on here for you, Aries. So this is now shining a light on your relationships, giving you an opportunity to communicate, to share. The new moon gives you new beginnings, start fresh. Where are your needs being met? Where are they not being met? Of course, we've got the vibration of this opposition to Uranus going on in your sign. So this is very much about many of you reinventing yourself, turning your life upside down, turning how you present yourself, but at the same time making sure you're getting your needs met in your relationships. Are you allowing people to overstep your boundaries? Do you even know what your boundaries are? Are you aware of those boundaries? So this is the energy of this 7th house focus of relationships for you. Towards the end of this month, those of you looking for love, that Venus energy in the 7th house could certainly bring you love, or somebody very nice into your relationships that you really enjoy being with. For the last 10 days of the month, we've got Jupiter trine to Uranus, very favourable aspect when these two come out to play. So this is really, it can bring sudden surprises, a sudden windfall, a sudden unexpected encounter with somebody that just boosts you, makes you feel great. This is very much about freedom, being inspired, seeing the good things in life. And of course we will have the balance though, particularly for the first week of the month, with the Saturn here and the Mars together. Saturn is saying, you know, let's be sensible, and these two are saying let's be free and let's enjoy. So that will be part of the flavour of this month. Of course, we do have the ongoing square from Pluto to Uranus, so this is where we're seeing so many changes in our world. If you like, the darker forces getting darker and the lighter forces trying to push through, trying to raise the vibrations of this planet so that we truly can thrive instead of keeping fighting one another. So these are the aspects. What you see here in relationships is the microcosm in your own life, and it gets played out, of course, in the macrocosm of the world. So it's going to be an exciting month, a lot happening. Make sure you're sensible, you balance things. The Libra energy of this month is about finding balance in your life and not going over the top, not going to extremes. So thank you for subscribing, commenting, sharing. If you'd like to come for a reading, I'd love to hear from you. Bye for now.